Hello and welcome to my first video on Blesh Unleashed, hopefully way more to come. This is on the Mage and the Blessing, the Crescent of the Moon. I feel personally this is the best blessing for at least my playstyle. Let me know down below if there are other ones or ones that you prefer, and this is my take on it and this is how I kind of play it myself. I absolutely love this. It's good for static DPS. It does high amounts of damage even when you're not optimally built with attack power or a good gear score. It really works out, and I just love the way that everything kind of just lays into itself. So without further ado, we're going to run right into the blessing itself, the Crescent of the Moon. The first passive is chosen by Arcane. Hitting enemies with an Arcane type combo and skill has a 32% chance to activate the chosen by Arcane effect, which increases critical hit rate and critical damage for 8 seconds. The chosen by Arcane effect can be stacked up to 5 times. This deactivates the chosen by Flame effect, which we'll get into in a little bit here. So it's really easy to stack up. At level 1, if I remember correct, it just has a 30% chance, but it's going to get 5 stacks pretty much every time just based off of your regular combo, which is going to be your left click 5, right click 3. It gets the 5 stacks, and you get that extra critical hit rate and critical hit damage for the 8 seconds. It's really nice. It's really helps out your damage output and just static DPS. The next we have Chosen by Flame, which is the exact same thing except for with flame skills. So it has a 50% chance instead because most of your flame skills cost mana. And instead of increasing critical hit rate and damage, it increases your attack power and attack speed for 9 seconds. You get that stacked up to 5. You get the nice little extra damage bonus. Not too crazy. And then you have the next, which is the bread and butter of everything, would be the elemental detection. So using arcane skills when chosen by Arcane, effect is stacked to the maximum effect, activates the flame detection effect, and vice versa. If you're maxed with the chosen by Flame and you use a flame skill, it'll use arcane detection. And it'll just increase when you have flame or arcane detection. It just increases the next type of damage by 100% at level 1. So if I all the way up and I use an arcane skill and I get a flame detection, then my next flame skill is going to be increased by 100%, and vice versa for the arcane. And then our last skill, not super important, but is, you definitely want to try and keep it leveled up as much as possible, is Arcane Mastery. It decreases the mana cost of your flame type combos and the cooldown of your arcane skills. Pretty self-explanatory. You do want to get it up at least decently, just because flame combos cost a lot. There's a lot of times where I do actually run out of mana, and I can't get my chosen by Flame all the way up to 5 and then still be able to use an effect. But that's how that kind of works. For skills, I used Flame Wave. Summon a roaring fire that travels in a straight line in front of you, damaging enemies in its path. Cast again within 3 seconds to ignore the cooldown for up to 3 consecutive casts. It's a nice little mana crystal buffer. It gives you 3 mana crystals as long as you hit all 3. It does a decent amount of damage for each strike, and it actually hits multiple times on the number 2 and the number 3 of the cast. Your bread and butter of the skills is going to be the Firebomb. There's a couple tips and tricks that you can do with this, so little cheese skills that you can do with this. But it has a decent base damage, and it's on a pretty low cooldown, 15 seconds. It does cost a lot of mana, and it's a nice little AoE for some chunks. But focus energy of fire on the enemy. Concentrated energy of fire explodes after 3 seconds, damaging the target and other nearby enemies. It's does a lot of damage. I've seen up to I'm only level 32. I'm not even optimally geared, up to like 50k on dungeon bosses and other things of that sort with the crits and amplify. The skills that I use to activate my elemental detection for the elemental flame is Arcane Lightning. Mana cost is real low, cooldown is real low, does a good amount of base damage. It's real fast, and it also combos into your left click 3 for your arcane bursts. Lets you get a little bit of mana back real fast if you need it. That way you can do a full combo on your fire skills. I use Arcane Blink personally. I'm not super confident with dodging in general or dodge rolling. Arcane Blink is real nice. You get just a free blink, teleport 10 meters forward with Arcane Energy. It's whatever direction that you're holding with your key, W, A, S, or D. At level 5 upgrade, I think it's 2 blinks that you can use within a certain amount of time, which is real nice. You can change this if you're confident to be able to give you an extra change for Arcane for the flame detection. Honestly, would be Arcane Flash. A little bit higher mana cost, good base damage. It's just something that I wouldn't use in general. I don't know anything about it being leveled up or anything of that sort. And then once you hit level 30, class skills, I got rid of Concentrate, so I still keep my Amplify active. And then I use this Time Distortion, so using Amplify reduces active skill cooldowns for 2.5% for each mana crystal consumed, max 25%. So if you're just kind of spamming to get your mana crystals up, you can use Amplify once it's at max stacks to basically have all your cooldowns back up. It's real nice. And then you have your combos, which is going to be your bread and butter. It's your left click 5 times and your right click 3. This will stack up your Chosen by Arcane pretty much every single time. Very rare does it not stack it all the way to 5, even at level 1 for me. And then of course your flame attack combo to get you your Chosen by Flame at a 50%. If you use one flame attack combo, it normally gives you all 5 plus the Searing debuff, which is really good for the DOT. This setup absolutely works for me for DPS checks and just doing high amounts of static damage for a lot of general things. I'll fight some of these Wandering Specters here real quick just to give an example, but if you look down at the bottom of the screen, you can see I already got one set of the Chosen by Arcane. There's 3, there's 5, and see, one set. And I can pick one of these bad boys up, hit it with my Thunderbolt, cast a couple of those, get some of my mana back, and then all of these skills right here, Flame, that's going to die right now, so 15,000, not too shabby. And they give me one stack of the Chosen by Flame, but as you see, I don't have a whole lot of mana, so I can't really keep going with the Chosen by Flame. Once you hit about 10 Arcane mana crystals is when this really starts taking off, so let's just kind of force it up to 10 real quick. Check out the damage. Get the mana up. I'm not going to really worry about using the actual skills themselves. It's going to run out by the time I get to another mob anyway. And as you see, one combo. Real easy, real fast. Already at top 5. Not even hitting the mob anymore. Oh, that one's running away, so we'll just Arcane Detection. It's going to hit. You see it does a lot of damage, and I didn't even do a whole lot. And Chosen by Flame right there as well. All the way up to 5, but I don't have the mana to cast off. Oh, I do it. Not anymore, I don't. It's okay. We're going to use this just to get all the mana crystals up. Even take a couple hits, don't care anymore. So we're going to get our Chosen by Arcane all the way up. That way we can use our Amplify. I always do this at 8. This is just a little tip that I do, a little trick. So we're at 8 now. So I can use my skill, hit 2, get my Amplify up, and then just profit. And we have anything else. And everything just kind of dies in your path. I didn't dodge very much. It was just a poor example. And well, that's why we have Blink. There we go. We got to use all the skills too. Again, this is my personal favorite skill set. This is my personal favorite blessing. This is just really fits my play style. It works really well for dungeons. It keeps me alive because mages are super squishy, and a lot of times you get hit by an AoE or something of that sort, you dead or damn close to dead. And again, this is me not optimally geared up. And that's pretty much it for the video. If you like the content, please give a like, give a comment below what your favorite blessing is, what your favorite class is. I would love to do more guides. I would love to go into the Wolf and the Lionheart. I would never go into the Valor because that one absolutely is atrocious in my personal opinion. I also stream on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 to 9 PST. You can follow me there. play a couple rounds. We do a lot of just finding people to play with, doing dungeons, and that's pretty much it. If you liked the video, give it a like, and well, have a wonderful day.